After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Start! Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, rock out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referee's command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required from 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
Welcome to the first women's events at these 2018 World Para Powerlifting Asia-Oceania Open Championships. We've got the women's up to 41 kg and the 45 here at the spectacular Riverwalk Theatre in Kitakyushu in southwestern Japan. So we've already had the men's 49 kg title decided this morning. Omar Karad of Jordan taking that ahead of Zhang Yu of China with the silver, and Ali Reza Zadi of Iran with a new junior world record of 140 to take the senior bronze, and he took junior gold as well. Men's 54 is later tonight, but for the next hour and a half or so, the first 2 women's gold medals of the week in Kitakyushu. Fabulous venue this. It's in the 6th floor of a major centre here, a 3-tier theatre. Decent crowds for the morning session here. This the middle session of the 3 on the opening day. So among those in the 41 kg, we've got the reigning World Champion, Asian Games champion of 41 kg, Queen Shea of China, Ling Yan as well, who's the world bronze medalist, and a 45 kg reigning world champion Gu Ling of China. They will be hard to beat today. And here's our referees for today's encounters. So here we go, the first women's titles of the week here in Kitakyushu, although again from Will Downing. So it's 41 kg that we will have first. And the two favourites for the title, the two heaviest weights, as you'll see, both coming from China. The Jin Yan, the ET, but who were among the medals in the World Championships in Mexico City back in December. Quijay taking the gold, Lee Yin Yan. Rodriguez of Cuba, who, despite it being an open championship, is not here. So to kick off the competition, first major championship that we can see for Miwa Naruke of Japan. And on this opening day, there's nobody outside of Asia or Oceania competing, but that will change later on in the weekend. So she's going to start off with 48 kg. For what is her first major championship lifting competition. And Japan with representatives in every single event today. So Naruke aiming for 48 to get the competition up and running.
1 minute.
Going to be voted away. She's voted down by all three immediately. This took a bit too much time to get everything together.
Lowers 55 kilos, please. Rack height 3. 55 kilos, rack height 3.
Just altogether it took a while to get a lifted. Japan didn't medal at the last Asian Championships in Almaty 3 years ago. So for this 7 kilos being added to the bar for a nation that did medal last time out, 6 medals in fact, plus a gold. It's Kazakhstan. And it's Tucson, Pebble, in her first major championship. She's a junior and looking to lift 55 kg. Kazakhstan sent a large team last time out, but then they were hosting it. So this for 55 for Pebble. So a bit of a wobble on the way up, and it's 2-1 against this.
No lift at 55 kilos on attempt number 1.
To me, that the left-hand side of the bar was a bit higher than the right, and they're entering and leaving in reverse to what we normally see in major championships because of the structure of this Riverwalk Theatre. I think the left half got there before the right half did, so got voted down 2-1. So the first two attempts in this competition, no lifts.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 57 kilos for the first attempt. Representing Kazakhstan, Yulia Petrosova.
And staying with Kazakhstan, Yulia Petrosova. Likewise, her first major championship based in Pavlodar. Last lifter was a junior, she's not. Aiming for 57 to get her competition underway. We've had so many early misses in this that the door could well be open for those aiming down the listings, that they could actually break into the medals. That was done very, very swiftly, and it's 2-1 against. So again, it's no lift. So our first three in the competition unable to get a mark on the board just yet. We've got 3 to lift in this opening round. Group A, the women's 41 kg.
Lower 70 kilos, please. 70 kilos, rack height 14. 1-4, rack height.
That looked to be the cleanest lift that we've seen so far, but without being clean. Quite warm in Kitakyushu today, but it's raining quite heavily. Temperatures have been around 30 to 33 Celsius the past week or so. I have a feeling Petroseva's still wondering quite what she did wrong.
Representing India, Manpreet.
So now Manpreet coming up for India, 5th in the last Asian Championships in 2015, and it was just Asian Championships, no Oceania added on back then. At the World Championships Mexico City, she came through in 13th place and aiming for 70 kilos in this opening round. to take the lead. Originally was pitching herself at 71. So 70 a target. Coach has just been told to move from the side. So for 70, for the lead. Now she's got it, 2-1 now. It stalled a little bit on the way up, but she was okay otherwise. And that is the first clearance of the competition, and Manpreet Kaur goes into the lead and puts herself immediately in with a fantastic opportunity of a medal. Seeing how many have missed out so far. India picked up 3 medals at the last Asian Championships in Almaty. There was a certain contentment despite that weight. Above it. Good job, well done. 70 puts her into a good position at the moment. The 3 who have missed out, as you will see in the main scoreboard, are going for the same weight in the second round. So even if Lee and Kuje are both clear, it's looking very, very good for her in terms of a medal.
To 80 kilos for the first attempt from People's Republic of China, Jin Yan.
Jin Yan now for China. Bronze in the World Championships in Mexico City in December, and before that, silver in the Chinese Championships behind someone we'll be seeing very shortly. Based in Guangdong, and now with a coach, Peng Fuqiang. Is her target. Look good, and it is 3 out of 3 voting away, and that is the lead for Jin Yan. China will be in the medals. Manpreet Kaur still could be overtaken by those behind her, but it's difficult to see Jin Yan at this stage having 3 ahead of her. Well, the chess sequence was somewhat elongated. And she did everything right, and she has the lead. And only one woman can dethrone her. So for China then, the Asian record holder, the reigning world champion, the reigning Asian Games champion, Kitakyushu. Gold in Mexico City gold in Incheon at the last Asian Games. And this an attempt for 93. Reigning Asian champion as well. 93, she's on the search for gold again and maybe more records, and she's in front. 3 out of 3 going her way. And no difficulty for her at all. Exquisite composure, and that makes it China in the gold and silver medal positions at the top, and it was so simple. So Chui Zhu, Lee, Jin Yan, the top 2 positions for China, and Manpreet Kaur in 3rd spot for India, and they're the only 3 successful to date. So the reigning Asian Games and World Champion is top of our leaderboard in Kitakyushu. And looking good for it too. She's going to go quite high in the next round. She's obviously got an eye on the world record. And the 3 who missed in the opening round are going to go for the same weights again. Chief referee for this, Norsir Mohammed of Malaysia, as you see behind the bar. Might need the flags potentially for this one. And the side referees, Anthony Simmons of Great Britain and Roshana Dwingsi of Indonesia. So Miwa Naruke coming out again, and this the target for 48 kg, having missed the same weight in the opening round. Can she get this one right?
One minute.
For 48. And again, all against it, did stray somewhat. So Naruke denied again. And still to get a mark on the board, similar story for her, for Tucson Pebble of Kazakhstan and her compatriot Yulia Petroseva. Ours to quite obviously Stop and touch the chest as well without sinking down into it and rebounding. Sure it did that.
Attempt number 2, representing Kazakhstan, Pebble.
So she's had the motivational music, or the instructions. Pebble of Kazakhstan back out again, 55 she's aiming for once more. Having missed this in the opening round, and for the first 3 who we've seen miss in round 1. First major championship for them all. Now, she is a junior, and she's looking for the Junior Asian record here held by the Indonesian Karyani. So 5 years ago in Kuala Lumpur, which presumably was in the Asian Para Games, the Southeast Asian Para Games. So this for a new Junior Asian record of 55. And she's got it, 2-1. And it is a new Junior Asian record for Pebble. Trotted off very quickly as well, but that was emphatically done. Kazakhstan featuring European football, but hosted the last Asian championships in this and competes in the Asian Games. And that's what earned her a new Junior Asian record of 55. Obviously with lifters of short stature, the bar doesn't have to go as far because obviously the arms can only be straightened to a certain extent. So, also from Kazakhstan, Yulia Petruseva, 57 she missed out on last time, going for 57 here. Pebble has got up into 4th position. It's almost impossible to see any of the bottom 3 breaking into the medals. Saver aiming for 57. Did seem quite imbalanced, and they've all voted it down. All 3 referees giving it the thumbs down, and never really under control. Kazakhstan scoring 3 medals last time out. There were 20 golds decided, and China won 13 of them at the last championships in Almaty. Looks a lot better from up and high, but at ground level, bar wasn't straight. They're looking good for our leader, Tuizhu. Getting close, looking to break the ton. So now the major weights are coming.
The athlete, second attempt from India, Manpreet Kaur.
Manpreet Kaur of India cleared 70. It has her in the bronze medal position at the moment, looking to push it up to 73 for India. Vijay Manishwar is a coach, reading himself on stage as well. Unusual, not unprecedented to see coach in the wheelchair too. So aiming for 73, you can ignore the world record sign there. Manpreet then for 73. Will bring her to within 7 kilos of the silver medal. If she can get this. 73 for Manpreet. She might be okay. There's a bit of white on the board, but not enough. 2 and against. And the decisive decision in that came quite late. I did stall a little bit in the way up, and sometimes they get forgiven, but not on this occasion. So 2 and against Manpreet of India. Various records are there. There's nobody from Oceania competing in this event, so there'll be no Oceanic record broken today. So left with the 2 Chinese lifters. Jin Yan up next, and Zhou going for something significant. You'll see there's world record locked in the system, but that's a glitch. They've got the flags ready just in case as well, as you'll see.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 84 kilos for the second attempt. From the People's Republic of China, Jin Yan.
Of course, we might need that world record notification very, very soon, considering how well Zhu has started. But here's Jin Yan first of all, cleared 80 in the opening round, and this for 84 for the world bronze medalist. So 4 extra on the bar for her for 84. Didn't hang around, and all 3 in her favour. Makes it interesting now because she's on 84, Zhu is on 93. And if Zhu were to miss her next attempt, which we're not expecting, but if she were, then Jin Yan might have an opening to go for the gold if she felt it within her. Well, that was done so quickly and so cleanly. Not a problem. So that's the situation with 1 lift to go in this second round. It's tightened up for the moment, but this is the woman who can blow it open again in her favour. She leads right now by 9 kilos, but Zhu is going here for 100 Her Asian record is 103.5. That was the world record when she won the Asian Championship 3 years ago. Nasmi Mratli breaking it a year later in Rio at the Paralympic Games. Not a stranger to breaking the 100 kilo mark. Treiju. Aiming for 100.
No lift for Treiju.
That's 2 and against. And it remains tighter than she'd have wished. She's got a bit of a decision to make for round 3. But the gold is not quite yet in the pocket. If it had all gone according to plan, she'd be gearing up for a world record attempt, definitely in the 3rd round. Bar may not have been considered to have been in full control the whole time. So tight, 93 to 84 for Treiju over Li Jin Yan. China 1 and 2, Manpreet Kaur in 3rd spot, and it's unlikely that Pebble will be going much higher than what she has, so the medalists are set. Miwa Naruke just to get on the board, a couple of misses of 48, going again. Will it be 3rd time lucky? At 48 for Miwa Naruke. This would put Naruke into 5th position for the host country. Well, that looks to be her best attempt yet. It's still been voted down. It's the first time that somebody's given her the white light with 2 reds alongside, so she misses out, and that is 3 misses for Miwa Naruke, and she does not register a mark. So many variables along the way. The bar had to be under control in the downlift, and hindsight didn't look as if it did, but now our 2 lifters from Kazakhstan, and Yulia Petroseva is the first of those to go, aiming for 57. Well, she's had 2 attempts at this already, and she's in the same position as Miwa Naruke, having to clear this in order to get a mark on the board. She would finish in 5th place if she gets this. Actually, she'd go 4th temporarily, above Tucson Kabul, 5th at worst. Then for Petroseva. Again, that looked to be her best, and it's been given to her, 3 out of 3. So Petruseva does go into 4th position, and it was 3rd time lucky at 57 for Yulia Petruseva for Kazakhstan. Her first successful lift at a major championship, this being her first major championship. And got it right this time. She felt she was very, very close to it in the first round, and definitely evidence suggested she thought she should have been given it. Well, she was this time. But she can be turned over again and have that 4th place taken away by a teammate. Tursnay Kabul is next. Cleared 55 in the previous round, and this is for 60. So Tursnay Kabul and 60, aiming for another junior Asian record. Having broken the old mark, the 5-year-old mark in the previous round, notching 55. Another junior Asian record attempt here. So 60 for the junior Asian record. That's 2 and against, so she's broken it once, but not twice. There was no attempt on the medals. A junior Asian record achieved, so there'll be a junior gold for her as well. But no senior ones. And because of that, she stays 5th overall. She's the top junior with that new junior Asian record, breaking Karyani's mark from 2013. Not much warming up going on at the moment. Just approaching 4 p.m. local time. Women's 45 kg is coming up shortly.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 73 kilos, 3rd attempt. Representing India, Manpreet Kaur.
So missed out at 73 last time, but Manpreet Kaur was going for it again. And electing not to aim 11 kilos above this and to try and grab the silver. It would be too dramatic a leap. But Manpreet Kaur will be satisfied if she gets 73, having won her medal with her first attempt of 70. And it's locked in bronze now. Excellent lift in the opening round of 70, but just missed out in round 2 of that 73.
1 minute.
And she's been given the 73, 2 in her favour. Not enough to be further marked down. It did take a while to get up, but the movement was sufficiently fluid. So she clears 73, bronze for Manpreet Kaur of India. And already on day one managing to achieve what India couldn't pull off last time in the previous Asian Championships. She wins a medal for India. So now two very serious attempts coming.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 94 kilos, 3rd to 10th, representing the People's Republic of China, Jin Yan.
It is certainly a serious attempt from Jin Yan, because this the attempt to go into the gold medal position. Kitakyushu is not going to try and attempt to break the world record in this third round. Does have an option in round 4, which would not go towards the medals. And it is a serious leap. This to take the lead on 94 for Jin Yan. She got it raised. And she's got the lead! 3 out of 3 for Jin Yan. Now that's really thrown it wide open. China will get the gold and the silver, but in what order? Jin Yan, bronze in the World Championships, takes the lead with 1 medal lift to come. Marvellous composure. Got the chest sequence right, got the uplift right, absolutely right.
There's been a change. 95 kilos, please. Still back 97. Thank you. The bar is loaded to 95 kilos.
So
30-10.
it changes the focus for Kitakyushu, because instead of aiming for 100, they've asked for 95, but they had 100 in the previous round. Can't go for 95, has to be 100, because 100 was the attempt in the previous round. You can't go down. Has to be 100 on the bar, because 100 was on the bar last time for her. Once you pick a weight, you have to stick to it. You cannot go down once you've lifted it. Now remember, she can still come back and have an attempt at the world record one way or another. Jin Yan watching on to see whether her gold medal is confirmed or if she gets overtaken. Kitakyushu is still waiting in the tunnel, you can just see. Having declared 100 in the previous round and having lifted 100 unsuccessfully, it has to be 100 again. And there you see it change on the main board. It has to be 100. And I'm surprised that mistake was made. Kitakyushu needs this. the reigning Asian Games and world champion. Knocked down into second position by that incredible lift of 94 by her teammate Li Jin Yan. Cui Zhu is also the reigning Chinese champion. Li Jin Yan was the silver medalist in that. Li Jin Yan leads. The Asia-Oceania Championship here. Cui Zhu must lift this. For the gold. Well, that halted on the way up. And she has not got it. And Li Jin Yan is the new champion.
100 kilos.
And Cui Zhu has been dethroned by her teammate. And that is sensational. Li Jin Yan wins her first major title. Cui Zhu had opened up at 93, missed at 100, and then not too much of a struggle this time at 100. And maybe ought to have gone for 95, but 100 would have been a good stepping stone in the way to a world record.
41 kilo section. We're now moving into the athletes that are up.
Li Jin Yan gets the gold for China, and the World and Asian Games champion Cui Zhu loses her Asian crown by a kilogram, 94 to 93. Manpreet gets the bronze for India. Had she been successful with that lift, almost certainly she'd have been thinking about a fourth round attempt at the world record, and she still is entitled to do it even though she has not won. Li Jin Yan takes the crown incredibly. You have to get your marks, you have to get it right. And there are times when it does come across as a formality. But for Cui Zhu this time it wasn't. 2 misses at 100. Their first attempt at 93 was good. Didn't get any of the others right. And Li Jin Yan cleared 80, 84 and 94. And that 94 lift was terrific. And that competition is over. Well, now she's still perched there, is Cui Zhu. She can go for a world record if she wishes still, but it has to be this lift. I can tell you in the tunnel, Mohammed Yazli Noraini is waiting to go in the women's 45 kg event. Very impressive early weights from Cui Zhu. Looked as if she'd had it wrapped up. And it turned out not to be the case. All went wrong for her very late on. And oh so right for Li Jin Yan.
Thank you. The bar is loaded.
So now we cross over to the women's 45 kg event. Time has passed for Kitakyushu to declare whether she wanted to go for a world record or not. So now for Singapore, Mohammed Yazli Noraini for Singapore, her first major championship for the 26-year-old, and she's aiming for 55, one of 3 athletes with an early target of 55 in this opening round of the next event, the women's 45 kg. There are 5 major championship medalists out of the 8 going in this. So Noraini, her first major championship. This is her first attempt in championship competition. 55 is the target, and the weight not beyond her. And she's been given it 2-1 in her favour. Well, that sets the standard straight away, which is opposite to what we saw in the previous competition. Noraini gets 55, and this competition gets off to a successful start. Impressively clean, and she's pitched herself well in this opening round. So we'll stay at 55.
Representing Japan, Hiromi Kobayashi.
Bronze in the last Asian Games in Incheon in Korea for Hiromi Kobayashi. Met Kazaku Nakano while training at a gym, and that's how she got involved in Para Powerlifting, coached with the rest of the Japanese team at the national level by John Amos, involved in the organisation of Para Powerlifting on a global basis for many years. So 55 the target for Hiromi Kobayashi. 10th in the World Championships in Mexico City, having been 9th in the previous ones in Dubai. This 55 for Kobayashi, who in terms of body weight is 400 grams lighter than Noraini, so the head-to-head would go in front. Very slow about building it, but it's 2-1 for her, and Kobayashi of Japan is in the lead. Bronze in the Asian Games 4 years ago, which was quite an achievement in its own right. Her only major championship medal on an international basis. A very, very good 55.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 58 kilos for the first attempt.
Worthy effort.
Representing Thailand, Wichita Chai-Trong.
Wichita Chai-Trong of Thailand. Bronze in the ASEAN, the Southeast Asian Para Games. That was 4 years ago. Coached by Sakon Sumsoon. 9th in the World Championships in Mexico City last December. this 58 after originally thinking about 55. And this for the lead. For 58. She was rapidly running out of time. 12 seconds left when the lift began, but she got it absolutely right. She didn't leave herself lots of margin in terms of the time, but it was clean, and that's all that counts. And Tong is in the lead in this opening round with that 58. For Thailand. Bit of an elongated lift, but it was clean.
58 kilos, first attempt from Kazakhstan. Alina
Solodukina of Kazakhstan now also going for 58. In terms of the body weight, marginally heavier than Tong, so if she gets this to draw even, she would still be in second place. With Tong leading on count back in the head-to-head, which is the body weight. With the lighter body weight, that will always get the nod first. So 58 kg then for Solodukina, first major championship for the 24-year-old. Yeah, 2-1 for her. She did enough. So all four lifters so far in this women's 45 kg event have been successful, and that's just the standard you want. Kazakhstan excelling early on in this women's 45 kg final with 2 clearances. Can they keep it up?
Thank you to Marpreet, 65 kilos, first attempt from Philippines,
Guillen of Philippines. Well, 70 she was originally looking at. This is 65. Guillen silver in the last Asian Games in Incheon 4 years ago, and high finishes. World Championships 2017 and Mexico City last year. She finished 8th in that and 6th at London 2012 at the Paralympic Games, but didn't start. She was in the field but didn't start in the last Asian Championships in 2015 in Almaty. So 65 and 2 against. Just a little untidy. will have to plan and adapt, and hope she hasn't picked up an injury along the way in doing that. Yeah, Bar was just swinging across at that stage. So 3 to go in this opening round, and again the horizons being reduced somewhat for our next to go for China, which will be Chen Zhao of Guangdong, 7th in the World Championships in 50 kg last year in Mexico City. So Chen looking for a first international championship medal. Just one to go after this, and just like the women's 41 kg, it's on paper at least at the start looking like China 1-2 and a big duel between them. For 87 kg, this is Chen Zhao. This for the lead, and she has impressed the 3 officials, and Chen Zhao is into the lead on 87. And all 3 officials more than satisfied with what Chen produced there. Chen Zhao is our leader. Still 2 to go in this opening round, and how much more does Chen have in her? She 6 to move up the levels. Capable lift by the young Chinese. So now 2 to go in this opening round, and what a great CV both can boast. Ninenga Widiasi from Indonesia, her country's first Paralympic medalist in history, and won gold earlier this year at the European Open Championships. Took that title and bronze Widiasi in the last Paralympic Games in Rio, and bronze in the 2014 World Championships in Dubai. She's aiming Widiasi for 98. European Open champion, and now hits the front in the Asia-Oceania decider in her own territory for Indonesia. Ninenga Widiasi is in the gold medal position, but a serious lift set to be attempted. comfortable and capable and good. So in the shadows, the world record holder, the world champion, Go Ling Ling. 110 is her world record from the Worlds in Mexico City in December. This for 107, only 3 kilos off her own world record. Go Ling Ling. Can she go to the top of the standings above Ninenga Widiasi, who she has just seen leapfrog everybody? Only one miss so far in the competition from Michelle Guillen of the Philippines. It's 107. And this would be the lead on a massive scale. She hit the front by 9. It's difficult to see any of her competitors reaching a weight like this. So 107 for Go Ling Ling. Seconds left on the left. Oh, she's done it! She has done it. Well, she shoots out in front and she's so close to her own world record. Now that went badly wrong for Chu Zhe in the previous competition, the women's 41 kg, but Go Ling Ling into the lead here. Good lift, 107. And that after the opening round, very, very close to her own world record, which is 3 kilos heavier than that. She could attempt it in the next round. Strong, capable lift. A little bit of an exhalation. These things never come easy.
The bar is loaded to 58 kilos. Attempt number 2. Representing Japan, Hiromi Kobayashi.
So here it is after the opening round with Go Ling Ling in the lead, 107. Widiasi in the silver medal position. Indonesia. Hiromi Kobayashi got 55 in the previous round, so aiming for 58 here. If she gets this, she goes up into 5th position. So 58. She got 55 in the previous round, but this would do some serious overtaking if she were to get this. And Kobayashi did very well, and she does go into 5th position. Got it absolutely right. into it, heading towards the limit of her abilities. She's come out for glory so far, goes up to 5th overall. Mohamed Yazli Nouraini. Well, 60 is the target here for Nouraini in this second round. If she's successful at this, we'll go into 4th spot. And this for 60. First major championship as well. Cindy goes briefly. And it was decisive enough. 2 out of 3 in a. And Nouraini moves herself now into 4th spot behind our 3 runaway medalists. Impressive.
Thank you. The bar is loaded 61 kilos, second attempt, representing Kazakhstan, Alina Solodukhina.
Alina Solodukhina then. She going for 60. And bronze at the moment. Indonesia silver. Singapore. Yeah, 2 out of the 3. Happy with that. And Solodukhina then moves up the rankings. She's 4th now.
62 kilos, rack height 10.
So Tong is next to go, and she's gunning for 62. And again, this would be an aim for 4th spot, but because Majao Chen is currently 26 kilos ahead of 4th place, the medalists look to be locked in. Go of China, Chen of China, and Riashi of Indonesia. Tong adding 4 onto the bar. The Southeast Asian para bronze medalist from 4 years ago. Based in Suphonburi, coach Sakon Sumshun. Aiming for 62. big effort going into it, but too much required, and that will be all three against it. Stays on 58. Stays in 6th.
Motor 65 kilos, please. Rack height 9.
So the bar now going to 65. Guillen, who missed out 65 in the opening round, going for it again though. The only lifter of the 8 yet to register a mark so far in the competition, so not on the board yet. So Guillen, 65. So 65 for Guillen. Oh yes, 3 out of 3. Well, that a solid lift by Guillen. And suddenly, out of nowhere, she jumps up into the bronze medal position, having been into the 4th, should I say, having been out of the rankings altogether. Having had no lift in the opening round, but now she has one, and it's a good one, 65. Puts her into 4th place, but bronze is exactly 22 kilos ahead, and it could be 30. This is where things move late.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 95 kilos. Attempt 2. People's Republic of China. Chen
Zhao, who got 87 in the previous round, now looking for 95. We'll bring her a bit closer to Widiasi and Go Ling Feng. Widiasi clearing 96 in the opening round, this 95, so Chen to go 3 kilos behind. An extra 8 on the bar for Chen. So 95.
1 minute.
So 95. Well, let's see if the balance at the end goes against her. It didn't. So that's another successful lift, and a very good one. Got 87 in the opening round. That one is 95 for Chen Zhao. Well, suddenly the pressure is on with Yassi. Not so much Go Ling Ling. Well, maybe distracting a little bit with the left hand at the end, but given it. So 2 to go in this second round. Ninenga Widiashi, the European Open champion, bronze in the Paralympic Games in Rio, bronze in the 2014 World Championships in Dubai, and was 4th in Mexico City in the Samba. And aiming for 101 to go within 6 kilos of Go Ling Ling, and to move 6 kilos between himself. So 101. For 101 to keep alive her chance of the gold medal. And it has not come to pass. 2-1 against. You have to impress the 3 referees, all watching from different angles.
111 kilos, a world record attempt.
And that's during the chest lift. So now, new horizons in this women's 45 kg event. 111 kilos is a new world record. Go Ling Ling. So Go Ling Ling, 111, her world record from the World Championship in Mexico City, 110. There's still around to go after this.
Set the world record in the World Championships in Mexico City in December. This would be breaking her own world record.
Break a world record, you will generally be available. For a new world record mark.
One minute.
So for a new world record, 112, and presumably for the gold as well. Real yelp coming out. It looks good, and that is a new world record for Go Lingling of 111, and they all went for it. All three referees were happy with it. It is a new world record for Go Lingling, and the gold is hers without any doubt at all. What an effective lift. 111. Just excellent. Wasn't around for the last Asian Championships 3 years ago, but she is here. She's on her way to gold, and she's broken her own world record from the World Championships. That was 110, this 111, and the green light's on. So here it is, one more round to go. Go Lingling surely has the gold in her grasp now with that new world record of 111. Wiriasi, the silver medal at the moment for Indonesia. Chen, Zhao, the bronze for China. Second and third are the two positions likeliest to change.
Representing Japan, Hiromi Kobayashi.
So into the final round, Hiromi Kobayashi cleared 55, cleared 58. And now here is her final attempt, and it's going to be at 60. So these are heights important to her. And she guns for 60. Hiromi Kobayashi, aiming for further Asian Para Games success in the next few weeks. So for 60 for Kobayashi. So 60. Well, Kobayashi, it floundered unfortunately. No success in 60, having cleared the first two of 55 and 58. That's her first black mark of the night. And they all went against her. She had just lost control and couldn't get it raised, so the spotters had to wade in. Just couldn't get it up any further.
Wichita, Giant Tong.
So with Ira Tong going again for 62, which she missed out on in the second round, but got 58. So second attempt at 62. It would move her for the moment from 7th up to 5th. Go Ling having set a new world record of 110. Will be aiming to improve that to 113 at the end of this competition, but Tong, with 75 seconds left on the clock, gets into position for this 62, having missed out on that mark in the second round. Into the final round now of the three.
1 minute.
So 62 for Chao. Oh, that is a big, big problem for her, and she will not get it. Unfortunately, misses out on 62, so she finishes on 58. And will go no further than that. And Tong, well, it all wraps up for her. She is in 7th, and Kobayashi 8th, and 58 was the best that both were able to lift.
The bar is ready. 63 kilos, 3rd attempt. Representing Singapore, Mohammed Yazli Nouraini.
So Mohammed Yazli Nouraini of Singapore, 2 clearances so far at 55 and 60, and goes again at 63. It's been a fruitful debut championship for the Singapore lifter. If she were to get this, it would put her into 5th spot. Steady does it. That was wavering on the way up at 63 for Mohammed Nouraini, and all 3 going against her. So again, her best sees her declare on 60. Nouraini 6th. First time that it's not gone well for her, and she still has the composure to break to a smile.
The bar is ready. Thank you. 64 kilos. 3rd attempt from Kazakhstan, Alina Soldahina.
So Alina Soldahina, first major championship for the 24-year-olds. It has cleared 58 and 61 so far, and this for 64 to go. A little bit closer to Guillen at the start of the season. And 5th spot, Alina Soldahina. Here she is in the final round. Well, she's got it, 2 out of 3, and it took nothing out of her, and she's done everything spot on.
Lower 70 kilos, please. Rack height 9.
Some very good marks in this, ones that were achievable, and it's got them all.
The bar is loaded. Thank you. 70 kilos, 3rd attempt. From Philippines, Guilliam.
So Guillen, 2 attempts needed at 65, this the 3rd and last one at 70. Guillen going in for 70. Will be good enough for fourth. So 70 for the lifter from Philippines. For 70. Oh yes, oh yes. Well, that's just what she wanted. That beaming smile greeting the 3 white lights from the referees, and she goes into fourth position. And that's it, fourth it will be for her. Cleared 65 at the second attempt and has now cleared 70. Oh yes, very good, solid attempt. That well, has her in fourth spot.
People's Republic of China, Chen Zhao.
Chen Zhao is next to go, 98. There's her targets, and no ton on the horizon for her today. Now she gets this. She overtakes Ninenga Wiriashi and goes into the silver medal position. So can it beat China 1-2 as it was in the 41 kg? Wiriashi still will have a say at the end of it all. Chen then in third spot, and this to leap up to silver in this final round.
1 minute.
The 3 medalists are set, the order not yet. And she has missed out. It's no lift for Chen. And 95 then is her best of the day. So the dramatic attempted leap to move up and get the silver medal and to snatch it away from Ninenga Wiriashi of Indonesia comes to naught. It is bronze though for Chen Zhao all the same. Really straining there and looking to get it under control.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 101 kilos, third attempt. Representing Indonesia, Ninenga Wiriashi.
So Ninenga Wiriashi missed 101 in the second round. This her third attempt at it. She has got the silver medal for certain now, with Chen in bronze. I'll lead her way out in front and looking to dominate even more in this final round with the last lift of the competition. already broken the world record. That'll be in a few moments. Before that, it is silver for Ninenga Widiasi for Indonesia. For 101. Has she got the lines right? She has! 2 out of 3. It did look good with the naked eye. And with the naked eyes of the officials, they were happy to concur. It's 101 for Ninenga Widiasi. And that was a superb lift. Having missed out at 101 last time, she earned out what needed to be.
The athlete requests rack height 6, 113 kilos.
Super lift. Got right what she needed to. Beaming. It's silver for her. So another attempt then at another world record. Go Ling Ling. Her world record of 110 set to Mexico City, the World Championships last year. That being broken in the previous round where she got 111, and Go Ling Ling now aiming for 113 for a second world record of the opening day of these Asia-Oceania Open Championships in Kitakyushu. Good crowds at the Riverwalk Theatre. The music plays on 111. That excellent world record lift in round 2. She got her spoken very, very early. This for 113. Won't need to go again after this. She's got the world record anyway, no matter what happens with this. And it's a brand new one. For 113, Go Ling Ling, who is our Asian champion. She got it raised. Is that enough though? Was a bit of hesitation. But she's broken the world record again for the second time. 113 to add to the 111 from the previous round. Down in the chest for a little bit, but she wasn't marked down for it. She's broken her own world record twice today. 113, and that was just fantastic. She does have an option of a 4th round lift for another world record if she really, really wants to. 111 and 113 done. And then waiting, and it's funny, there's very minimal reaction from her. So Go Ling Ling wins it, and she started off brilliantly with 107. She is going to have a 4th attempt to break the world record for a 3rd time today, and she's going to aim for 114.
The first 3 lifts count for medals. The athlete is allowed a 4th lift under certain circumstances.
Well, she's going to go for it again then. Well, I hope she's earning a little bonus per world record lift, because she's earned 2 today, and this would be a 3rd. I remember Sergei Bubka used to break his pole vault world record a centimetre at a time, and he'd get a bonus of something like 70,000 per world record, and that was 30 years ago, so it was worth quite a bit then. It's worth a bit now as well. So, 111, 113 achieved by Go Ling Ling. This for a third world record. Go Ling Ling. 110 was her world record going into this, and she had set that at the World Championships anyway. It's obviously an Asian record as well. Well, can she hit another one out of the park this time? 114. So 114 for another world record for Go Ling Ling. Smoke billowing across this Riverwalk Theatre in Kitakyushu. Coming from the dry ice machines to add atmosphere to this latest world record attempt. 114 for Go Ling Ling. Can she break the world record for a third time today? Does she have anything left after all her efforts of the day? Oh yes, she does! It's a third world record of the day, 114. She's rewritten the record books time and again today, and that was just emphatic. All three referees satisfied, and the world record's been destroyed today. Her own world record of 110. First it was 111, then 113, and now 114. And Go Ling Ling does it again. The world champion takes the Asian crown, and she has broken her own world record 3 times. And the reaction each time was the same, as if she was expecting it. Go Ling Ling takes the gold for China, 114 kilos, a new world record. Yunanga Widiasi, the silver for Indonesia with 101, and Chen Chao, the bronze for China with 95. Medal ceremony on the way shortly, in the next couple of minutes. So victory ceremony time for the 41 and 45 kg women's events. And in the junior, well, there was no tripping up. Tursunai Kabil with a new junior Asian record of 55 kg, breaking Karyani's mark from Kuala Lumpur 5 years ago to take the junior gold.
Vice President of International Sales, accompanied by Susumu Yoshida, LOC President. The gold medalist, representing Kazakhstan in the junior category,
Tursunai Pebble takes the junior gold as well as the junior Asian record of 55 kg. Pebble picks up her gold medal and her special prize.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Now the anthem of Kazakhstan.
national anthem of Kazakhstan.
So junior gold then for Kazakhstan for Tursunai Pebble, taking the junior honours plus that new Asian record in the junior category. This in the women's 41 kg, and she finished 5th in the senior events.
medal ceremony for the women's up to 41 kilo category senior.
皆様お待たせいたしました。この後女子41キログラム級の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
それではメダリストをお迎えしましょう。
So now the victory ceremony for the women's 41 kg, where China largely dominated. It was a dramatic turnaround on recent form. Saw a new Asian champion being crowned.
The bronze medalist representing India, Manpreet.
さあ第3位の表彰です。第3位はインドのマンプリット・カー
Runs for India for Manpreet Kaur for her lift of 73 kilos. Had a couple of attempts at it. India did not medal in the last Asian Championships, but they have here through Manpreet Kaur.
Silver medalist representing People's Republic of China, Jian.
Silver for China. And Kitakyushu went into it with a very strong opening lift of 83. She was clear of Jin Yan by 13 kilos, but Lee cleared in the second round. Kitakyushu missed out in round 2 and also round 3. Had she got either of those, then surely she'd have been looking to break Nazmi Embrae's world record after that. But the important thing, first of all, was to win, and she didn't. Went up too high.
Asia-Oceania champion representing People's Republic of China, Yun.
The Jin Yan. All her major championships previously, but an astonishing turning over of her teammate Kitakyushu. Lee wins the gold for China, her first major championship crown.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China.
We thought we'd hear the anthem of China, but not necessarily for this athlete.
Ladies and gentlemen, the women's 41 kilo category senior championship medalist.
That is the most rousing rendition of the Chinese anthem I've ever heard. It very well bounced along. So Jin Yan gets the gold. Zhe, the silver, both for China, and Manpreet Kaur, a rare bronze for India. Quite a story in that women's 41 kg event.
the victory ceremony for the women's 45 kilo category.
続きまして女子 45kg 級の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
それではメダリストをお迎えいたしましょう。
The bronze medalist representing China, Chen Jian.
So the women's 45 kg event, and Jama all the way in this as well. Chen Jian of China with the bronze, lifted 95 kg. Some really strong margins in this in the end, as the top three were 25 kilos clear of the rest.
Silver medalist representing Indonesia, Ninengga Widiasi.
Nenengga Widiasi, previously a World and Paralympic bronze medalist, bronze in Rio and bronze in the second to last Worlds in Dubai in 2014. Cleared 98 with her first lift, 101 with the last. And very much a worthy silver medal.
Gold medalist and world record setter, representing People's Republic of China, Go Ling Ling.
Go Ling Ling. Well, what a set of marks for her. The world record holder going into it with 110. Cleared 107 with her first attempt, so that was setting up the world record attempts from there, and then lifted 111, 113, 114. Takes the gold for China, and she is the Asian champion, the world champion from last year when she set a new world record in Mexico City, and she's done it again here on the treble. Chen Jian, the bronze for China, Nenengga Widiasi, the silver for Indonesia, and Go Ling Ling, the gold for China. Well, hopefully we can hire that band to play all the national anthems from now on. That was good and swift and dramatic, and so was the competition as well. Go Ling Ling then takes the gold for China, and the new world record, 4 kilos heavier than it had been going into the competition at lunchtime. 114 kg, gold for China, Go Ling Ling, the silver for Nenengga Widiasi of Indonesia, and bronze for China and Chen Jian. Well, Gao Lingling certainly expanding the horizons of the women's 45 kg event. It's her third world record lift of the day, 114 kg. And she is the champion. China, gold and bronze in the women's 45 kg. And coming up shortly, after a very long women's 41 and 45 kg, the men's 54 will be with us in about 15 minutes time, so go nowhere.